Join us this time as we bring the big dog back to the United States, but not before some drama along the way.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free.
In March, we became proud boat owners. The problem was that the boat was in another country, so we had to go and bring the big dog home.
The Big Dog is a large vessel, substantially larger than any boat that we bareboat chartered in the past. We knew there was a tight channel coming out of exquisite catamarans. Connor navigated well when we did the haul out, but as passengers it worried us how tight that canal was. We were making our first overnight passage, and we were sailing the boat 350 nautical miles, more than we had ever sailed on charter, probably all of our charters together. So we were concerned, and we wanted some help. We hired Captain Rob to come help us move the boat and get it safely back to the U.S.
The plan was simple. Mom, Blaine, and I would travel to the boat and live aboard for a week. Dad would join us for a second week. Captain Rob would then help us sail the Big Dog back to the United States. It was my first time seeing the Big Dog. There was so much space compared to the Leopard 40 we chartered. We even got our own rooms, at least for now. We learned a new boat kid trick from previous owners. Hired swinging is a pretty fun boat activity.
Doesn't have as much practice as Maddie and Finn have.
Oh yeah, I made it.
What do you do when you get over there? Now what? You're just gonna hang out? Right? Yeah. Yeah.
We were also able to enjoy the great facilities at the exquisite Catamaran Center. They were finalizing constructions, and wow, what a marina. We had a week of schoolwork and afternoon vacations before Dad arrived for week 2 of boat life.
Hi, honey!
Oh my lord.
All right. You're on your boat for the first time. No.
Mom and Dad took a minute to celebrate, but the celebration was short.
Yeah, that was a wild day. Our broker called to tell us that Liberation Day was tomorrow. If we intended to import the Big Dog into the United States, we should have her there tonight. Import duties would move from less than 2% today to 30% or more tomorrow, and that's something that Sarah and I just hadn't budgeted for. We thought about it briefly and came to the decision that, somewhat crazy, timid new boat owners would do, with some experience, but we decided to flee the Bahamas and move the boat ourselves back to the United States immediately. So a couple hours after checking into the Bahamas for a week plus stay, we decided to head west. No captain, no plan, just getting the boat into the U.S. tonight. That's the only thing that was on our minds. So that's what we did. We checked the weather. The weather was good. We checked our fuel. The fuel was good. And started preparations to get underway. So I called Connor for my first phone a friend. I asked him for his quick list of things to check before getting underway. I followed that list. We paid the marina bill, and we left through a falling tide and a narrow channel out of exquisite catamarans.
Good job, babe. Looking good. He said stay left, right? Did Connor not say left? Okay. Hey, you guys, I saw stingrays last time we were going out here. So make sure you don't be careful.
Exquisite catamarans even sent someone in a dinghy to help check the channel depth in the falling tide.
I don't know, it's kind of cloudy. Yep.
There we are, leaving the Bahamas behind.
There you go, bye-bye.
Running towards the U.S. for Liberation Day. There's Sarah still in line. And we're headed to the blue water.
What? You just said? Not really. You put my grab my blanket.
We waited for daylight to safely make landfall in the U.S. We needed diesel to continue our journey north.
Want to get pictures?
What is the sunrise?
Alright.
Okay, turn around farther for Blaine. Okay, over there.
We arrived in Fort Pierce to fuel up. We didn't have enough diesel to get back to Georgia. Our intent was just to anchor there beside the channel, get some rest, and wait for the fuel dock to open. But as we went to anchor in Fort Pierce there, the windlass was dead. It didn't work at all. So Sarah idled the boat there, and I went to troubleshooting. I called Connor for help, second time in 24 hours that I called Connor for help, and he gave me a list of things to do. At the end of the day, it was a simple corroded connection on the control wiring up there at the windlass box, and just by bumping and moving things around, it started working again. But rewiring the windlass control panel was the first item that we added to our to-do list for the boat. So we anchored, we got it running, we anchored briefly, we refueled, and we quickly got on our way back north, headed to Georgia. Got some sleeper heads. Tough sailing. Tuna of some sort.
Tuna?
Well, I mean, it could be a bonita. Here we have the sleepyheads.
That's nothing I want to set up.
Yeah, there's somebody there. Well, maybe that is Brent.
Can you see them?
We got the big dog into her slick, but not without a little damage. A crossed tide and wind were too much for a first docking. That's the second thing on the boat work list. Join us next time as we take the big dog out for our first sail.